Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Den. I'm Captain Den here with the crew. Still want to be nameless, though they're all super gaming rock stars in my book and love to play all types of games. We've just finished up the assault on Cragmar Keep, and though bloodied, the heroes were able to survive and were able to get a good night's respite without anything breaking that, and they got to heal up and rest and are basically now winding down, sitting around a fire, talking about their experience and what to do next. So we're gonna go straight into that, and we've already updated. Everybody's got their full night's rest in. There won't be any encounters during the evening's rest, so we're gonna just kind of role play out like you guys sitting around a fire eating and talk a little bit more from some of the reveals from last week. So take it away, whoever wants to start.
So Gundred, how long have you been in captivity?
Oh, laddie, I don't know. As he takes a big drunk for that two-fisted barrel of dwarven brandy that he found back there in their stores, and takes a big sweet. Boy, the days rolled into probably weeks of, I don't know, how long, since you met Sildar, didn't you say somebody mentioned that Sildar sent you out to find me or something, right?
Well, no, we kind of found him too. We were bringing a load of supplies to you, and when we went to drop off the supplies, we ran into some unfriendlies that had taken Sildar.
Right, yeah. But then, you and Inaro had a little tiff or something like that in Fendelver, and then you guys went looking for me, right? So how long has all that been?
Feels like weeks.
It does feel like weeks. I would venture to say it's been at least 2.5, maybe 3 weeks since we met Sildar.
Has anybody been keeping accurate on the days?
No.
So honestly, it really hasn't been that long. It's felt like it's been 2 weeks, but because you did an extensive amount of travel from the academy, which that took about 2.5 weeks to kind of like get all the way through from the southern tip of Central High Helm up to, the mid region where you're currently at, and you didn't really have any encounters there. But it wasn't until you were about a half a day's journey out from Ferdalver that that you bumped into the goblins, and you spent you spent a day of rest there from the ambush, right, in one night, so that's one day. You went into the caves and you cleared them all out in one day and then rested, so that was 2 days. You spent a day getting to Fendelver and getting everything straight, that's 3 days. You started wandering around town, figuring stuff out. And then fought the Red Brands at the tap house, so 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the bard showed up, and you guys had like a night in between that, 6 days. Cleared out underneath the manor, so that was like 7 days, and then quickly departed and cut across, which was 2 days travel time, 3 days travel time, so that's 9 days. We had Darius having intimate relations with a banshee, and then started heading back, so that's 10 days, costing it another 3 days to get across, 13 days, 14 days. So yeah, okay, 2 weeks is where you're currently at.
Wow. So have you been in Capt? I mean, Has it been more than 2 weeks? How long were you in captivity before that?
Yeah, I don't know, laddie. And if you recall, like when Sildar said that he had been there for maybe a day or two, and he was starved and beaten. So he's been captive for about 3 weeks, maybe just a few more days than you've been on this entire of the start of the adventure, and so. But he was pretty much was in and out. They took a long time to get him. He's like, my mind is still fresh, laddie. Before they tried to torture me to tell them where the Echo Wave Cave is, and but I do remember us being ambushed, Sildar and I, and then beaten and drug into their cave and questioned for only a day or so before two of the hobgoblins met up with another contingent and then dragged me all here and there through the forest because they know that I am from these lands, that I do know them fairly well, and so I would not find where their base is, so I could not escape or know my direction. And then it seemed like an eternity that that greasy bugbear would come and beat me over the head and try to reveal the location of the mine. They had my map, but there are some information that they don't know about that should slow them down. I hope. But
so who is behind this? Was it that cool elf woman that we?
Well,
who's
I know
behind
that
all of this.
That semi-sexy drow woman was. I overheard a few times in and out that she mentioned someone called the Spider, who I could only assume from what my knowledge is of the deep elves, those Mark Quimby bastards, that it was probably another one of their type that was leading this escapade, because if anyone else would know of the ancient power of the mine, it would be them. Sorry. It's been a rough few days as he takes another drink.
And what is this power exactly? Why do you think they want it? What could they do with it?
Well, son, though a couple hundred years ago, and I'm not quite that old, I'm only, I'm in my early century, as it would be, so before my time, and they speak that deep, rich veins of gold and possible mithril were once somewhere deep underneath these mines. Possibly there could have been a dragon of some magical creature that power seeped into this ground, and the wizards of the Golden Strand, or at least a sect of them from back in those days, partnered with my old family that was here, and they would make wondrous magics, and the dwarves built a forge infused with the magic of the source, and it was a great place because of that ancient ley line that laid under it, that they would come and make items of great wonder and power. And that was only the one benefit besides the rich minerals that were still, well being mined up until the orc scourge that came up, and they overran this entire region of High Helm, destroying every town from Conanberry to Fendalver to Thunder Tree and beyond the bridge as they pressed into Bridgegate, and they finally laid siege to the king only a decade or so ago, though we were probably wee little lads only suckling your mum teat back in those days, as he looks at most of you being human. So by the birthright of my family and the legends, I inherited this map, and me and my three brothers ventured out from the safety of Novahold, where my family retreated during the wars, and heard of our legacy, and we worked together with some old friends. He points over at Harv or Harvington, who gives you all kind of a tip of the hat and a little sly smile, and Vadarum as well, as my cousin was a prestigious member who unfortunately lost his life in the war, but was a high graduate of the academy as well. Though I was never once suited for fighting, I am true dwarf who lives in the earth and have that talent to sniff out a good vein and to find the things that people need to either make war or magic. That's my trait. Unfortunately, I'm not a great warrior, which led to my capture, though Sildar did everything he could within his power to try to stop them. No offense, Arvington, but 10 goblins with a surprise attack is even too much for an ex-guardsman of the Thronian Knights. But I'm happy that you were all able to come and save me, and hopefully my brothers are safe too, as they also have knowledge of the mind. But I have the final map, and hopefully Inara has the final key, and we should finally once be able to enter the mine. But I see a piece is ripped. They've had my map for some time. I'm not sure if it's been copied or moved on or passed on. But that's only going to get them part of the way there, and not all the way in.
How long have they had your partial map, Gundridge?
I don't know. Probably at least a few weeks. If the time has passed from what you told me, is you all sat around the fire and kind of like mapped out your time and his time. So you figure it's been about 2.5 weeks or so, probably 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks since he was captured. So he was captured about 3-4 days before you guys showed up and rescued Sildar. And he sits back and he's just cramming food into his mouth, and he looks almost sad. I mean, dwarves are strong, thick, sturdy, and stocky, and he looks pretty emaciated, and he was starved for days and weeks, and he only half the dwarf what he probably was before all this happened.
Well, I'm not sure how much time we have until your captors find are able to locate the mines. I'm assuming we are on our way back to Fandalen?
Are we?
Well, if we need the key, I don't think we have a choice.
And to let Sildar know, he'll be tremendously relieved to know that you've been found and rescued.
Aye, sounds like a plan, but I'm not
Get
quite
you something to put some more meat on your bones rather than hardtack and conies that we grab out of the bushes.
Aye.
I mean, being the sheriff, I should probably go back and visit anyway.
You're the sheriff?
Informally.
Ymir, huh? What's your family name, Ymir?
Woodguard.
Woodguard. The
What do dwarves
strokes
have
his
to do with wood?
shabby beard that's been hacked off and pieces pulled out. He kind of rubs his chin and let's see, where did he go, my friend? Oh, he's here somewhere.
Uh-oh.
What?
Tracking something down.
Oh, is something going on?
No,
No, we're talking about you.
tracking something
Oh,
down.
I'm always tracking something down because, nowhere near as well prepared as I like to be.
I sensed a plot twist.
It's
No.
a twist.
What's a twist? Crap. Well, screw it then.
Twister. It's a twister.
I'll just roll that and just fake it because that's what we do when we can't find our dice. Okay. Yes. I know your family. I've name, although I don't know you. You hail from Thunderthorn, right?
Correct.
Yes. My brother's cousin's son's sister-in-law, I think, married one of your clansmen. Good, sturdy, strong in the source, I see. Paladin of St. Augustine seems to be run well within your family lines. It's good to see that you're following the path of your ancestors. And he's like, nods with approval and looks pretty stoked.
Well, thank you for the
And he
compliment.
like points over at Crumb. Now, who's this big guy?
Rum, pleasure to meet you.
Hey, as he scratches his head, he'll roll again to see if he understands who you are. I've taken time to take it in your entire appearance, my son, and I see by your armaments and by the medallion and the hammer at your side, you must be a paladin or cleric of Saint Telos, and though your visage is slightly different from what I'm used to, I know if you travel with one of Saint Augustine and carry the golden hammer that you're a man of compassion and light, and definitely want to thank you as well for coming to my rescue. Yes, you're definitely a man. Yes. Okay. Don't want to offend you or anything, but okay. And Harv, and then you have this big fellow over here. Who's this green skin I see on the other side of the fire, looking at me with his golden eyes?
I'm Orbage Grand at your service. It's been a pleasure to be in the pursuit of setting you free. Could not think of a higher honor.
All right, laddie, you have to understand, though, your words are as smooth as silk, and you do travel in good company. Though I could definitely see a little bit of human lineage in you. That, the people in this area are quite prejudiced to your kind here. Your race has caused much damage and destruction and sorrow, but you'll roll another 20. It's not bad. It's gonna give him, the bonus. He's like, but I see in the pigment that you're a Saldamore of the West and much darker brownish green, and you're not from a tribe around here. What tribe are you, son?
My tribe is immaterial. Do you not see the slain goblin bodies, many at my hand around here? That is all the people of this region must think of me and my lineage.
You are so young and so new in the world to not understand a dwarf that lineage and clan means everything.
No, one's might means everything.
And then Harv leans over and he whispers something in his ear, and he's like, yes. I've heard of your clan, the Desolate Sun in the West, and I have traveled out that way to Sheldon West and met some of your kind. They are one to make us rethink the old ways of your people. They are a noble and proud clan, and I'm glad to hear you're from them and not from the Bloodfang or the Stonebreakers who have killed my people in the thousands. And he kind of like looks at you very sternly, even though it's even more creepy because his like cheeks are all gaunt. I mean, he almost looks not undead, but you could still see that there's a fire and passion behind his eyes, and definitely you could tell that that he's trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but there is a huge amount of kind of racial hatred that he's doing his best to hold back and be civil to you. Looking over at the next one and eases up a little bit and High Master Mage, assuming that these are your classmates or your recruits.
Oh, yes, they're actually my classmates. My fair classmates that have traveled with me since we graduated at Batram Academy, and our first quest to meet you. So it is an honor to finally see you safely and know that we have accomplished what we set out to do. Though in our travels we have found out many things about what you are doing out here, and I now see the path ahead of us leads us through Batram's infinite wisdom to send us out and meet you, because now I see that the story ahead is much grander than just our rite of passage through the academy.
Yes, this was a project of the old man and mine, as many a year ago, perhaps 50, when I was a young dwarf, I also graduated from the academy. And he shows you guys like actually no, he doesn't have it on him. Actually, let's roll and see if all right. And you guys, as you're collecting things, a lot of the, some of his accoutrement and stuff like that were there. There's nowhere to take it, nowhere to spend it. And he pulls out a ring and shakingly puts it on his hand that is made of platinum that has the symbol of the academy on it. And Harv pulls out from underneath his neck a chain that you haven't noticed before, and then he takes it off his head and unclasps it, and he pulls off a ring and he slips it on his finger, and they both kind of fist bump the rings together, and they all kind of just like look at each other and they start laughing a little bit. And and so you kind of maybe get alluded to a little bit of what their relationship has been. And he nods. Well, in my book, I would give you honors for what you've done so far, and at the very least, with my life being saved, that is more than most top graduates of their class actually have done. Some has been as easy as helping build a new dam or bridge for one of the nearby townships, or delivering a document, to West Helm. And some of those are pretty easy. Some of them are not so easy, as he looks over at Harv. Especially for me, who I'm vastly more an academic and not skilled in the ways of the magic source or of weaponry. Unfortunately, my trade is knowledge and history. Well, it's good to have a Strand member and a soon-to-be graduate that is in this group and leading this party. And he kind of looks over at Jet. And who's this handsome stranger over here?
Seaman First Class Jetsam Tremontaine at your service, sir.
Ah. Well, that's quite the title. You're kind of a long ways from home, aren't you, sailor?
Well, decided to see about finding my fortune on dry land. I spent enough time at sea, I thought, I think I would like to be able to be somewhere that doesn't pitch and roll and with every squall and storm.
Well, the academy is a good place to get experience in all manners of life and experiences. And obviously, you did quite well if you were selected to be a part of the prestige honor group to go out and bring back the quest of the year. And I could see that your talents and probably quick with those rapiers have helped your friends quite a bit. Thank you for coming to my
Trust that
rescue.
they have, and yes, it has been an education and a pleasure to help you, sir.
And then he looks over finally at Darius and, man, this young little rascal here, you have a very sharp-witted eyes behind that frisky smile that you have there, young man.
You can blame my heritage. I'm of the Golden Field tribe. Perhaps you've heard of us. We are worldwide, but mostly concentrated around the farming lands of Ashlow.
He's like, yes. I mean, I once spent time, honorably, of course, with a young lass in Golden Field, up in Sheldon North, when one of my extended adventures, and Harv goes there and punches him in the arm really hard for some reason. He's like, what? It was perfectly innocent. Yes, Goldfield, highly respected family and deep of knowledge and wealth, and no surprise that the new generation, of course, is here at the academy. And
trying to do my family proud.
well, you definitely have my letter of recommendation, son.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm sorry, friends. The brandy is getting to me in my weakened condition. And
Well, allow me to sing you a quiet, cheerful song to lull you to sleep.
okay, fantastic.
Whip out the lute and just play something nice.
So you actually have
Calm.
proficiency now, right? And
Yes, but I do not have Song of Rest yet. That's second level, but
oh man, that's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have? Is there anything you're gonna do? Any spell or anything like that?
no, I'm just gonna play something nice. That's...
Stairway to heaven.
All right, roll them bows, man.
Actually, I think I get to add. Did I get to add my tool? Let's see. How does that work?
Always wanting to add your tool.
Expertise. Add your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what you're trying to do.
That's expertise. I guess I don't have that for loot. I have that for thieves' tools, but and persuasion. Okay.
Yeah, I think those come from your thieves ability, not your But you could give yourself bardic inspiration if you wanted. I mean, there's always
That's
that.
right. It's fine. It's fine.
You're
15's good enough.
You're gonna do a rest anyway, so
Yeah.
might as well make it good if you wanted to. So, okay, so Darius, he's masterfully played skills in the past, and puts out a little ditty that
About Jack and Diane.
about Jack and Diane. Yeah, exactly.
Ouch.
Okay.
I cannot give myself bardic inspiration.
Oh, you can only give it to somebody else, huh?
Other people, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so I set a date and stuff like that for this, didn't I? Right?
At some point, you mentioned it.
Yeah, and I think I put it before. Yeah, I think I put it after. No, I think I put it before you guys. The other game, right? The last quest. Couple? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I didn't write where the relative times were.
I'm gonna do it right now, real quick, just so you guys have a reference point, and then you guys can click on it. So there's all kinds of new mapping stuff in here. So let's see. Okay, I'll do it later. I'll do it later tonight after the game. I don't want to slow it down. So he finally passes out from the brandy. Harv is like, he's like, well, my friends, now that all the excitement is over, do you have any questions for me? Or would you like me to talk like this? Does that make you feel more comfortable?
Yes, that's much better.
Much better.
Keep like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Darius, but that's rough on my delicate larynx there. But as you can tell, I'm not just your ordinary goblin. I am too also a graduate of the academy, and that was quite a few years ago with my friend here, Gunridge. We both have been working and employed around the academy for several decades, and we decided to maintain our affiliation instead of striking out on our own and helping acquire materials and knowledge and books to help the curriculum over at the academy for the last decade. This particular adventure that you're on is of great interest, of course, to Vadarum and the Academy for the lost knowledge of the Forge